Alright guys, so today I'm going to talk about a new type of carb backloading that I do that works really well whether or not you're trying to add size or lean up. It works really well for both. I've done both on it at the same time. Everybody will tell you it's not possible. It absolutely is if you do it correctly. So one of the things I do is I wake up in the morning and I take in a protein shake, normally 2 scoops, comes out to about 45 grams of protein, and I take that immediately upon waking up. You know, I get up, go to the bathroom, and I go make my shake. I usually, during that time, I'm making breakfast, my first meal of the day. I don't really count the protein shake. So then a half hour later, after the protein shake, I start digesting my first meal. I take in about 50 grams of protein and no carbs. Normally in carb backloading, a lot of people will have carbs in the morning. I don't see the purpose. Especially when you're fresh. I mean, you don't really need it unless you're trying to add size, but later on you'll understand why you don't need it in the morning. So your second meal of the day, usually I take that 2 hours later. I am a big fan of meal timing. I'll do another video later explaining why, and there is science behind it. So one of the things that I'll do is I'll go into my second meal of the day and I'll take in 50 grams of protein. I generally try to take in 50 grams of protein minimum every meal. It makes it so much easier to hit the amounts. Personally for me, with my macros, I take in 400 grams of protein a day. A lot of people tell you that that's overboard, but it works really well. So then I will take in a protein shake, protein, and then a small amount of carbs at that next meal. So meal number 2 after the protein shake. So I'll take in about 30 grams of carbs, depending on what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll just eat a little bit of fruit. Sometimes I'll eat, some rice or something like that. It's really not that big of a deal unless I'm in contest prep. So then the next meal after that, I'll go no carbs. And then the meal following that, I will have a small amount of carbs, usually 30 to 40 grams, because that is my pre-workout meal. So the reason I do that is that way I have at least a little bit in the tank, but not a whole lot. I find that I can get a great pump and a great workout on very low carbs, and I think that most people can. You just have to push through. Like a lot of people think that, protein doesn't give you energy. It does. If you have large amounts of protein in your body, you will absolutely have energy. Carbs isn't the only thing that gives you energy. And then as soon as you finish working out, one of the things that I do is I take my protein shake, I take another one, usually 2 scoops, so it's about 45 to 50 grams of protein, and then I ingest pretty much all of my other carbs for the day. Then, depending on my measurements, I take in anywhere between 120 and 160 grams of simple sugar. I will literally take honey, mix it with, I use Smucker's boysenberry jam. It's the highest sugar content of any of them. I mix them together, and then that way every tablespoon is roughly 15 to 17 grams of sugar. It makes it a little easier to count, and I'll put that onto rice cakes, and I will eat as many as I need to get to the number I'm trying to get to. So anywhere between 4 and 6 rice cakes with honey and jam on them. Usually I try to get 2 tablespoons on each one. And the reason I do that is that post-workout, your body is in a catabolic state because you've just torn it down by working out. The best thing to do when you're in a catabolic state is to make it anabolic. An anabolic activity for your body is food. The best thing you can do is put food in there. Protein is very important for post-workout. The simple carbs work really well because they speed up protein synthesis. They help the protein digest into your body and be utilized quicker. And because your muscles are tired and sore, the fast digesting carbohydrates actually help refuel your muscles faster. And because you take in so much at night, because most people, especially for me, I train at night, you're going to bed not too far after that. If you have another meal of the day, it's going to probably be just protein. Some people will take in a little bit more carbs afterwards. It's post-workout, so it's fine if you do. But that's why you don't need carbs in the morning. Your body doesn't stop digesting food when you're sleeping. A lot of people think it does. It doesn't. It slows down a bit, but it's still doing stuff. So while you're sleeping, your body still has all those carbs in it from the night before. So when you wake up in the morning, you're still running, with at least, half a tank. You don't need any more. Adding more is just silly. So, but that's why. And if you do that every day, I've literally leaned up and added size at the same time in a contest prep doing that. And if you eat sugar post-workout during a cut, doing that kind of style, which works really well, you are not going to have cravings for a Snicker bar. I can tell you what, you try to sit down and eat 160 grams of sugar with just honey. It'll make you almost vomit. But if you mix it with the jelly, it makes it a little easier, and you put it on the rice cakes, you get to that number pretty quick, and it works phenomenally. You can fit this into your macro system, and then give it a try and let me know what you guys think. I had great results with it, and a lot of people that I've talked to about it have as well. So I just figured I'd get it out there, and then you guys can tell me what you think about it. Yeah, have a good one.